Well, Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
17 yards and a Giant first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, off into great success.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down. Shepard will go in motion right. On second down, here's Barkley. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's got some space here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
It's all about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. First and 10, way up at the 37. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. The Seahawks sitting at 5-2 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
In motion left, Shepard. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Gino. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now Jones. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him.
Touchdown, Giants! Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down. And completes it again to Metcalf. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. It's Smith. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and he's got him, working his way free across the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith. Touchdown! Kenny Galladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free. But I believe the Giants got this back and they will hold on to the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
But he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have a little bit of time to work with. 35 seconds until the break. Smith's throw here pulled in by Galladay. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, it's Smith. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Again, Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Smith. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. On the move past the 40, still on his feet, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead, a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. On 3rd down, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone. Touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Smith on 3rd down. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing, Jones steps away. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
That's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Jones, another shot here after the pick 6. To Barkley on the check down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And the tight end goes in motion left. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Jones to throw on 3rd down. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Slot man moves right. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll fake it. Now Smith. On the move to his left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is the tight end fan. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
Gets it quickly to Galladay. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Smith. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Up the middle, here's Walker. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Kenny Galladay
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jones. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it.
The Giants on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
He'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
Darren Waller.
Touchdown, Giants.
Darren Waller,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Jones throwing for it.
It's complete, and he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. And that's caught inside the 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off of play action, here's Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd and 10, Jones got a man over the middle, and it's complete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this out to and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the counter, it's Walker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 52 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can fly.